and we have a number of people here. I'm going to call up Brunel Hall, who's the Executive Director, CEO of Invest Newark, which we know is the Economic Development Corporation. And this is important because our partnership with the Economic Development Corporation allowed us to provide free Wi-Fi for our district, for Ferry Street. And why did we push for this? It's not only because we're nice people and we want people to have free Wi-Fi. We want the city of Newark to be able to say to people in a tangible way, you're welcome. We're glad you're here. What can we do to help you? And that's what Wi-Fi does. It connects people. They can look up where they're going, what restaurant, what hardware store, what city agency they need to be part of. And that's extremely important for us to communicate to our visitors, our customers, and our people. A little background music for everybody. It is Christmas after all. So I want to thank everybody. I want to particularly thank the mayor and the city and City Hall and all the people who have worked on this, particularly Brunel and your team. Pauline is here to make this happen. Gig Zero is here, Newark Fiber, Stuart's here. And geez, I got to tell you, it takes a whole team to make this happen. It didn't just happen overnight. We've worked at this for a long time. I do have to say that my president, Manny Lopes, is here, who owns Lopes Hardware. And maybe, Manny, why don't you just say hello to everybody? No, you don't want to say hello. Okay, you don't want to say hello. Okay, we also have the deputy mayor, Allison Ladd, who's here. And Allison, do you want to say anything? I think I'm going to turn this over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. I am Allison Ladd. I am the Deputy Mayor for Economic and Housing Development for the Mayor Ross Baraka here in the great city of Newark. We are really excited to be here. The mayor, unfortunately, was called away and he is not able to join us, but I bring you great greetings from him in this holiday season. You know, this exciting effort today, partnership with all of those here, and especially with Invest Newark, is really critical to what we're trying to do to bring Newark forward. And that by we mean having opportunity equitably, inclusively, and in all neighborhoods across Newark, so that we can grow together. We don't want to grow just downtown. We want to grow in our neighborhoods. And we all know that one way we grow our businesses, we grow ourselves personally, is access to the internet. I know many of you probably have multiple devices on you at the moment as you're trying to connect to continue to do the business that we want to here in the city. And sometimes it might be just trying to find a restaurant that we want to visit to be able to grow the economic vitality of any neighborhood, especially the Ironbound. And so we're really delighted to be part of it. The mayor is delighted to be part of this effort. And really, thank you, everybody who's partnering in this to make it a reality. And let's make Newark continue to move forward. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Brunel Hall, who is the president and CEO of Invest Newark. And Brunel is really the engine, the visionary, the person who helps us make all things like today possible. So, Brunel.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Ladd, and thank you all for coming out. And special thanks to the Ironbound, which is officially wired and inspired. This took a great collaboration with a lot of individuals. Obviously, under Dr. Seth Grossman's leadership with iBid, they stepped forward and said, we want to lead the charge and be the model as a completely wired neighborhood, but this is the first of many steps. The ideal going forward is to wire the entire city of Newark. One of the reasons why we changed the name of Invest Newark, the city's Economic Development Corporation, to Invest Newark, is really about shifting the imperative to investing in Newark's businesses, land, and specifically its people. And this project is a true demonstration of the partnership and effort it takes to make that a reality. We, in this partnership, have an example of the city of Newark with the deputy mayor's leadership, the head of the Office of Information Technology leadership, our Dr. Grossman, one of our great leaders for our business improvement district, as well as a local minority-owned business, Technogrid, led by Mr. Michael M.J. Jenkins, and a city-sponsored enterprise called Newark Fiber, all working together to convert Brick City into Tech City and lead Newark forward. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up our head of our Office of Information Technology, Mr. Stephen Emanuel. Stephen.
Thank you, everyone. Again, it's a special privilege for an IT leader to actually take part in these kind of innovative summits and actually show how we can deliver technology. Today, we all know everybody needs access to the internet. This free Wi-Fi for the Ironbound and for the business district is one step in the direction we really want to go. This is just the very first step. We are creating a shared network that a lot of people can utilize free of charge so that they have some access to the internet when they need it, at least some access to something so they know what they need to get to. Like I said, this is the very first step. We're privileged to do that. We've got some really great partners in this, and it is very much a collaborative effort. But for an IT leader to be one of those folks that can actually come out and demonstrate that these are the things that we can accomplish for the citizens of a great city like Newark, we are especially pleased to do this. So I'm pleased and privileged to also introduce one of our partners who actually helped make this happen. So MJ Jenkins, please come up.
Thank you very much to the city of Newark. I greatly appreciate the opportunity. As a native of the city of Newark, born and raised, I'm very proud to see the progress. I love technology, and from the love of technology, I was able to get involved with doing work for the city, working with the great folks from Ironbound, as well as Mr. Stephen Emanuel from OIT, Brunel Hall from Invest Newark. Just very great opportunities here just to see how the Ironbound Wi-Fi has evolved and the users. So as Steve was mentioning, just to echo that, when we started to build the network about, I guess, 2 years ago, we did not know the magnitude of where it would kind of go. But nowadays, as we do the metrics of kind of seeing how many users are using it locally, it's really grown, right? So the network is, at this particular time, it's busy. Just to say that. So I think in the future, based upon now getting the mayor's backing, we'll be able to do this more, like Brunel said, not just within the Ironbound district, but within all the wards across the city. So again, just happy to be involved. Good to see everyone today, and just kudos to Ironbound district for this effort. Seth Grossman.
I think what we're going to do is get a little bit of a demonstration a little bit. I want to thank everybody. I particularly also want to point out that we got Louis Gavea here from Raise Newark, and that our councilman, Augusto Amador, would have been here as well, but he had to be in Trenton dealing with a school issue and everything. But we have a great support on this project. This is a good thing. We did this as a demonstration for the city. We have 5 other business improvement districts. In each ward, we have a business improvement district. We supported this project. I'm sure they'll be more than willing to support their project and bring Newark forward. We have one of our most important infrastructures is our fiber optic capability. Newark is the next Silicon Alley, no doubt about it. It's going to build this city. And more importantly, we can take care of our people and empower them to be part of our city. Anyhow, thank you very much. The Wi-Fi. It's Ironbound Wi-Fi. You can pull your phones out, you should see it, Ironbound Wi-Fi. You should be getting very excellent signal because we have one of the strongest signals that you're going to find in any city anywhere.
This is pretty strong. So you'll see 2 SSIDs. You'll see one for Newark Fiber, and you'll see one for Ironbound Wi-Fi. So it's 2 SSIDs around the neighborhood. And again, it'll get stronger and better and faster as we go along.
Stronger, better, faster. That's a motto for the city of Newark, right? Thank you, everybody.
Good question. So the geography of the network extends from Union Street all the way down to Merchant. And a lot of the Wi-Fi actually spills over into homes as well. So it's not just the businesses, it's also the residencies of the Ironbound district that's benefiting from the coverage.
Do we have ability to expand that network?
There is current conversations in place to expand the network. Those conversations are getting more and more serious as we speak. And the hopes is that we will be able to work with the city to get their governance to make that happen.
Any other questions?
So we wanted a previous speed test. My computer's like frozen out here right now because of it being, I guess, I don't know what the weather is, but we're going to run a speed test just to give you guys an idea of what the network is doing. So the network is growing, right? So it's saturated typically in the daytime because there's a bunch of users on the network, which is a great thing, right? So we've experienced early this morning, the top speed is about 230, but we've experienced this morning. So the network ranges between 400 megabits per second to around 200 megabits per second, okay, on the download. So again, kudos to the city of Newark and Newark Fiber for bringing in that 10 gig fiber line. That's, as Seth had mentioned, just to give kudos to the city again, you know, it's a great effort. You know, the fiber is a big thing for the city of Newark, and I think it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Sliced bread's pretty good.
That's one of the access points. That's correct. Yep. So that's the Meraki brand access point, which typically the city's pretty fond of. And Meraki's now doing, Cisco Meraki's doing a lot of business with the city. Any other questions, comments? The provider of the network backbone over the 10 gig line is a company called Gig Zero. Gig Zero. They provide the backbone for the network to provide the coverage. Absolutely. Group shot time, everybody.